कर बोल प्रभु करताल। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Jayo Radha Sham Sundar Radha Sham Sundar Radhe Radhe Jayo Radha Sham Sundar Radha Sham Sundar Radhe Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol 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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Jaya 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 Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Premanande Om Jnanam Timirandasya Jnananjalashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakran Raghunathanvitam Sajivam Savadetam Savadutan Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Welcome to Srimad Bhagavad Gita class. Today we are reading from chapter 2, verse 9. Repeat after me. Sanjaya Vacha Eva Muktva Rishikesham गुणाकेशः परन्तपः नायोसे इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः। संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशम् गुणाकेशः परन्तपः नायोसे इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः। संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशम् गुणाकेशः परन्तपः नायोसे इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः।
संजय उवाच एवं उक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुणाकेशः परन्तपः नायोसे गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः। संजय उवाच एवं उक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुणाकेशः परन्तपः नायोस्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः।
संजय उवाच एवम् उक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तपः नायोतस्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः।
संजय उवाच एवं उक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तपः नायोसे इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः।
संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तपः नायोस्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः।
Whatever translation. Sanjay Vacha. Sanjaya said, Evam, thus, Uktava, speaking, Rishikesham, onto Krishna, the master of the senses. Gunakesha, Arjuna, the master of curbing ignorance. Parantapaha, the chastiser of the enemies. Nayosya, I shall not fight. Iti, thus. Govindam, onto Krishna, the giver of pleasure to the senses. Uktava, saying. Tushanim, silent. Babhuva, became. Ha, certainly. Translation. Sanjaya said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, chastiser of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent. Purport by His Divine Grace, 8C Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dhritarashtra must have been very glad to understand that Arjuna was not going to fight and was instead leaving the battlefield for the begging profession. But Sanjaya disappointed him again in relating that Arjuna was competent to kill his enemies Parantapha. Although Arjuna was for the time being overwhelmed with the false grief due to family affection, he surrendered on to Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, as a disciple. This indicated that he would soon be free from the false lamentation resulting from family affection and would be enlightened with perfect knowledge of self-realization or Krishna consciousness, and would then surely fight. Thus, Dhritarashtra's joy would be frustrated, since Arjuna would be enlightened by Krishna and would fight to the end. Very interesting shloka, chapter 2nd. It will relieve us from a lot of worries of our life. Here we have to understand few words been mentioned like Rishikesham. Srila Prabhupada has described in his lectures so many times, Rishikesha means the one who controls his senses or the enjoyer of the senses, and he is not only master of his senses but the senses of all of us. So Rishikesha is the master of senses, that is Krishna. Gunakesha is used here for Arjuna. Guna means ignorance and sleep. Arjuna has conquered his sleep and ignorance. It's not that he cannot sleep. He can sleep, but depending on his own desire. He is not under the control of sleep, rather, he controls his sleep. Parantapa again is mentioned for Arjuna, the one who is the chastiser of the enemies or the one who torments the enemies. Govindam, Krishna, the one who gives pleasure to the senses and to the cows. Here Sanjaya is giving all this information to Dhritarashtra, who is sitting in his palace. Sanjaya was given the divine vision by his Guru, spiritual master, Vedavyasa, and on contrary to that, Dhritarashtra is blind without any vision. So one has got divine vision and another is having no vision at all. So he has to depend onto the words of Sanjaya. So it shows a dependency of Dhritarashtra on Sanjaya. And Sanjaya is a very smart in using his words. He also understands his master. He is working for Dhritarashtra. He understands the feelings, the actions and reactions of his master, Dhritarashtra. So he understood that after hearing that Arjuna is not going to fight this battle, Dhritarashtra will be very happy. Why? Because Arjuna is one of the best warrior Pandavas have. He is very courageous, very brave fighter. He is Parangat in the warfare. But in that next, in Srila Prabhupada has explained, he has used the word Parantapa, the one who chastised the enemies. The lamentation which Arjuna is going on is due to family affection, affection toward his relatives, those who were standing opposite to fight with him in the battlefield. I myself always try to relate it to our current situation, as we are also fighting a lot battles every day. This is the epic battle has ever held in the history. We still learn a lot through Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is a part of Mahabharata. And in that battlefield, depressed Arjuna is counseled by Krishna himself. So Krishna is counseling as a psychiatrist to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And also on the same time, Krishna is the first preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita himself. So even Arjuna needed counseling because of his too much affection toward his family, because of his too much attention toward what's happening around. We also suffer that. But the good thing is here, Arjuna had a lot of confusions, a lot of questions, a lot of fear, but he was not hesitant to address that problem. It is very good to learn from Arjuna. We all have such kind of fears, anxieties, confusions, failures, but we get hesitant to relate it to somebody who can help us, to seniors, to our Guru Maharaj, to the authorities who can help us. So this thing we have to learn from Arjuna, that even though he is the greatest of the great warriors, he is also having problems. But he is not running from them. He is not hiding all these troubles. Rather, he is putting forward to Krishna. Now, Krishna will become the Guru. Even though he is the Adi Guru for all of us, he is Chaitya Guru for all of us, he is Paramatma sitting in everybody's heart. He knows. He knows everything said or unsaid. He knows everything revealed or unrevealed. But then also, Krishna waited till now. He is just listening. What Arjuna is telling, this problem, that problem, I cannot kill them, they are my family people, I don't want to get this kingdom soaked in the blood of my kins and kin. Everything he is telling, but Krishna is listening till now. In Shloka, same chapter, 7th, Arjuna said, Shishyas teham sadhi mam tvam prapannam. Now I am your disciple and our soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Now he is taking the role of a disciple slowly. Earlier they are just good friends, very good friends. Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in his lectures that the friendship was very strong, and it gets more strong when two same level of people come together as friends. So the bond of friendship between Krishna and Arjuna was very strong because They had nice education, good family background, position, so the bond was very strong. And on the top of that, he was the devotee. He is not coward. People think he is cowardly, acting and reacting in the battlefield. It doesn't suit to a Kshatriya. But he is a Kshatriya and also a devotee. Devotee is compassionate. Devotee is forgiving. That is the nature of a devotee. Whosoever takes up to spirituality, to Krishna consciousness, all these divine qualities of forgiveness, compassion, love, affection appears automatically. Same thing is happening with Arjuna. He is a warrior, a good fighter, the best. But then the compassion, because of devotion, is overwhelming. And he wants to give away the fighting, rather go and beg for his livelihood, which is not justified as a warrior. So, till now they were friends. He was telling, Krishna was hearing, Krishna has not disturbed him. Slowly, gradually reaching till 7th shloka of chapter 2. Now, Arjuna is not able to handle it more. The depression has overwhelmed his situation. The lamentation has overpowered his courage. He is telling, now I am your Shishya. I am your disciple. Now instruct me. So what we have to learn from here, we have to also surrender. The quality of surrender and saying is very important. Krishna knows in and out what is happening inside Arjuna and all of us, but then he waited, let him utter. Let him utter this, that now you lead me as a guru. Same way, we are also facing some problems. It may be related to our own very being or to the devotees or to the surrounding. We should approach it in a very positive manner rather than chastising others. And seek help, as Arjuna is taking help from Krishna. So all the confusions, all the failures, all the lamentation will be defeated by Krishna, because he is going to counsel Arjuna. The real nature as a warrior will be revealed soon. The phase has come where he has drowned too much into emotions, but Krishna will uplift him. Krishna will uplift all of us from wheresoever we are drowning in our anarthas, in our desires, in our wrongdoings. But then we have to surrender and say our prayers, seek help of the senior devotees. Guru and Krishna will always come to save us. But it's not that let's be silent, let that volcano going on inside me and I'm just keeping everything shut inside. It's gonna drown us for sure. We are not that strong. When Arjuna cannot handle these emotions, how could we? He is best of everything. He got a friend like Krishna. Then also he got overwhelmed with these kind of emotions and lamentations. We do also go through all these phases. So Bhagavad Gita is always teaching us something very practical. It's how we approach it, how we take it and apply into our life. So the Rishikesha knows everything and he knows in and out of Arjuna, but he wants him to surrender, and he is not only the master of his own senses, Krishna, but also the master of the senses of Parantapa Arjun. But then he is giving him space. He is not just, okay, you shut up, I know everything, now do like that. No, Krishna has given a good space to Arjuna to relate and react. This is very much important. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. He can't wait for long. You are saying same thing again and again in different verses. Okay, I know everything. Now you shut up. I will tell you what to do. No. Krishna is listening, listening and listening. Gradually Arjuna is coming up to the level where he himself wants to surrender. That is why Bhagavad Gita is so beautifully spoken by Krishna, that he gives space to every individual to being oneself and get close to Krishna. So, the very first understanding from here is that Dhritarashtra, Prabhupada has written in the purport, will be very happy because he thinks now the war will be over without fight. Because Arjuna, the leading one, is not going to lead. So he was more than happy. Now we will be the victorious one. How it could be possible? Because Krishna is not going to let it happen. Krishna is on the side of Pandavas, and Krishna will only win wherever he is standing. Just a matter of time. Krishna is making everyone learn. Like we are sitting in Bhagavad Gita class, so much of emotions must be, hitting us. Whenever I hear Bhagavad Gita class, Srimad Bhagavatam class, some of my own emotions, realizations hit me hard and make me understand things in a more clear manner. We are very much get bewildered by this or that thing. But this spiritual awakening is very much required. We get a very clear picture. So, here, Dhritarashtra is like subdued. The happiness is got subdued by Sanjaya by saying, okay, the Parantapa is still Parantapa. He will get back to his own self as a fighter. Because he knows his master, Dhritarashtra, and his evil thinking, jealousy, mentality he knows. So that is why the shloka is very beautifully written, said Parantapaha. Srila Prabhupada always says in his lectures, we should always relate ourselves to Krishna, whatever we know, whatever we have learned, we should use it for the service of Krishna. Without service attitude, every kind of achievement are material. We have to get it, we have to make it everything such a way that everything makes us better Krishna conscious, makes us close to Krishna. In shlokas, somewhere it's been mentioned, even living a comfortable life is okay. Srila Prabhupada has mentioned in a same shloka when he is giving lecture, living a comfortable life is okay if it is also helping you to grow into your Krishna consciousness. That is okay. But if it is only for sense gratification, it is just for you and for your own self, the comfortable life is going to tie you down. And it is not advocated on the platform of spirituality. But then, on the other side, if you are comfortable in your aspects of life and everything, and you're also doing your sadhana bhakti, also doing prachar, also doing this service to the temple, good to go with. So, he has also mentioned, Srila Prabhupada has mentioned Yukta Ahara. It's chapter 6th, word 17, Yukta Ahara Viharasya, Yukta Cheshtasya Karmasu, Yukta Swaprapna Bodhasya, Yogo Bhavati Dukkhaha. Who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pain by practicing the yoga system. Here, yoga system is Bhakti Yoga. So, everything can be done but in a regulated manner. If it is regulated, then it is good. If it is irregular, too much of eating, like atyahara prayascha prajjalpo niyamagraha. So this is too much. Too much of eating is bad. It's been mentioned in Nectar of Instruction, Shloka 2. Rupa Goswami has said, too much of these 6 things, too much eating, too much of talking, too much of prayasa, too much of gathering wealth and money is not going to lead you anywhere. Rather, it will destroy your bhakti. Regulate yourself. Regulate in your sadhana bhakti. Regulate in your day-to-day affairs. That will be good to go with your spiritual life. Otherwise, if we think we will not eat, we will only do our sadhana bhakti, very difficult, because we are in this body, we have to give food to this body. This will not last long. Giving too much or too little is wrong notion. Regulated and right proportion is very much required. Regulated of endeavors are good. Regulated talk is good. When somebody becomes too much talkative, they start doing offenses toward the devotees. They will start finding faults. Small things give them a lot of pain. Very small thing. Somebody will not even care about that, but they get tormented. This is a very basic nature, nothing wrong in that. Most of us are like that, but then when we are here, following the path of spirituality, we should develop compassion. We should develop to adjust with and not to react on each and everything. Let's be little sober. That is one of the good aspects of called regulated. Regulated in our reactions also. Everything is not here that you're bound to react. What is happening, it will unfold with due course of time. Give it a time. Krishna has also given time to everybody who has participated in this war. He has given a lot of chances to rectify their, blunders. He has given a lot of chances not to go for this war. He has given good space not only to Arjuna, but to everyone who is going to be the part of this battlefield. And everyone has learned their lesson in a good manner or a wrong manner, directly or indirectly. Everyone who has participated has learned their lessons while they were in the battlefield. Nobody was able to hear. But then the actions, actions are louder than words. You need not to speak every time. Pandavas are going to win. The battlefield will be there. Even though the loss is caused on both the sides. Dhritarashtra lost everything when he wanted to. See, it's a destiny, the karma. He wanted to destroy the family of his own brother. Even brother is not there. 5 sons. He should take care of them, give them, good love, affection. But then he was so much blinded, even though he is blind, but blinded by the love and affection of Duryodhana, too much. That he continued doing wrong thing one after another. It was not just one thing happened and this Mahabharata took place. It was a series of actions. Years and years. It took years and years to come to the battlefield for the final warfare. It was not like yesterday it happened, chalo, tomorrow we will fight. It was years and years passed by. And he was not ready to rectify his problems, his blunders. He was okay with whatever he was doing. It implies to all of us also, we may be doing some of the known or unknown blunders, mistakes. We should not entertain it for long. Okay, we are not perfect. I am not perfect. But then I wanted to take refuge. I wanted to take shelter of Krishna, Guru, and senior devotees, those who can guide me. If we can't do this much, then there is no hope. Surrender is very much required. Even the best friend of Krishna, Arjuna, surrendered. Oh Krishna, this is where I am confused. Now I surrender. Then Krishna took the position of Guru. And who is Guru? Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjala Shalakaya Chakshurun Litam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. The one who takes us from darkness towards the light, Andhakar to light. That is the Guru. The Guru will take us. Krishna will take us. We all come, we take birth in ignorance. The time we are born, we are in utter ignorance. And that ignorance keep on chasing us now and then. And that ignorance can also the cause of our bad karmas. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to eat. We don't know how to react. These are ignorance. But when you surrender to Guru and Krishna, they give you training. In our ISKCON temple, we get training of our morning program, servicing, all sort of trainings. The best of best trainings we get here. The service attitude, doing this thing after this, no rest, continue serving the Lord and His devotee. That's make you the best version of your own self. Because you have a lot to do for Krishna and His devotee rather just going and relaxing. Prabhupada has designed morning program, evening program, lectures, everything so nicely that you don't get enough time to do, some kind of nonsense. If you are regular to your program, if you got a good group of devotees, they will always keep you engaged. They will always keep giving you one service or the other. This is very much important to engage ourselves in any kind of service. Krishna knows better what is best for all of us. We may think I should go this way and achieve that, but Krishna is going to take you to another way. Because as a Paramatma, as a Chaitya Guru, He knows where you're going to flourish the best. For that, you need to surrender fully to Krishna. Take up Krishna consciousness seriously. Otherwise, hankering and lamentation will be the part of our life. We will keep on hankering for something or the other and keep on lamenting when we are not going to get that. Very fortunate souls that we are here in Sri Vrindavan Dham, getting the association of wonderful devotees. Srila Prabhupada Samadhi is here. Very much energized place, morning programs, everything is so wonderful. If we are not becoming wonderful, then problem is with us. Because everything is perfectly managed. So, coming back here, Srila Prabhupada always mentioned, as I said, regulate everything and continue your devotional service. Need not to lament as a devotee, because we are associating with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. in one form or the other. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is also Krishna himself. And in this prayasa, in this endeavor, there is no harm. Neha bhikramanasho asti pratyavayu na vidyate. There is no loss. Whatever we are doing is better than doing nothing. But then upgrade. Keep on finding how can I upgrade myself in devotional service, how can I upgrade myself in compassion, humility, and develop more and more service attitude. It doesn't matter to anybody if I am here or not, but it matters to me a lot as an individual soul. If I am not a part of this temple or ISKCON movement, there is nothing going to change, I'm just nothing. Temple will keep on running its things, movement will be going on, but it will be a great loss for me to not be a part of this great movement, where I am not providing not even a small amount of my endeavor to push this movement ahead. The loss will be all mine. So we should think in that way. What am I going to contribute before leaving this body? The contribution should be 100% genuine. Not for the show off, but for Srila Prabhupada, as a token of giving thanks to him, who has given such a opportunity for each and everyone without any discrimination. Hare Krishna. I stop here. Any question or comment, please?
One question is not, is Arjuna, he surrendered the day on which he went to the Dwarka to ask the Krishna, only he should be with him only.
Yes.
Duryodhana also went there,
Yes.
but actually he was ignorant.
Hmm.
And Krishna asked Arjuna, why you chosen me actually? And I know, you know each and every path. You don't allow me to deviate it.
Yes.
This is the reason.
Yes.
He already accepted the role of disciple and
He has always accepted, but the degree keeps on, I surrendered, but just 10 degree, 10%. Then I surrendered 20%, then 30, now 40. And after, when we are into the total, darkness, when there is no hope, when there's nobody there to help us out, that time we surrender 100%.
and second thing is that you told me regarding the development of the good qualities of the compassion experience. One must engage in the devotional service actually. Pure devotional service.
Yes.
The good qualities of compassion already manifested.
Yes.
We have not made any extra efforts actually to develop all these qualities.
Yes. These are the byproducts.
Qualities already developed.
Yes.
You have to engage in devotional service.
Yes.
Devotional service means you have to come to this Mangalarti program. You have to chant 16 Japmala. We have to follow the 4 regulative principles actually. All these things make you good devotee and it automatically make you develop good
Yes.
qualities.
Krishna gives us all these things. We are in total ignorance. We keep on, as Prabhuji is telling, very wonderful thing to add on.
When we surrender, actually, we always automatically come to the temple.
Yes.
Without surrendering, we will come here.
Yes.
We are all a surrender. We are coming here. Without surrendering, we cannot hope to come here. Isn't it, sir?
That's true. But she said that
Hmm.
degree of surrender
Yes. We keep on, yeah, yes.
How we come? We just mechanically coming, or we have come from the heart?
Actually, differ from man to man.
Every individual is unique,
How much is
and the
surrender?
way you surrender is unique.
How much?
Yeah.
It's all attitude in surrender, actually, no?
Yeah, yeah. It's not 100% in a one go. It takes years sometimes, and sometimes it's just in a moment you surrender 100%. So Arjuna was already a surrendered soul. He is associating Krishna. What can be more, a glorified thing than that? But then also on every step he is showing us the way. When you fall into this situation, act like this. When you fall into this situation, act like this. Even after hearing so many times word surrender, are we surrendering fully? That is a self-contemplation question. It's not targeting anybody, but like Prabhuji said, everybody is having their own way of surrendering and own level of surrendering. But Krishna is happy with even 10% because he is a loving father. At least you are coming to temple. At least you are understanding the word surrender. At least you are having a mindset to surrender. In future, he will do all this arrangement to get our 100% surrender. But you should keep a desire. That is the endeavor from your side. I want to surrender 100% Krishna. At least that desire you have in your heart, Krishna will make all the arrangements. That is what here happened. Arjuna said he had that desire to surrender, to seek help him, asking as a guru, you become my guru, now I want to be a disciple. At least he was initiating that thought process, and Krishna reacted. It implies to all of us. So it has to come from within, so that Krishna will take us toward himself, and all the problems, impediments will be solved and at one go. We don't know how long we are taking this process. After so many births, after so many years of tapasya, in earlier birth we are sitting here and hearing, chanting, reading, taking prasadam. So this also endeavor is not for of this lifetime, must be of so many lives. So we should not waste that endeavors. We should upgrade our sadhana bhakti, our level of surrender, service attitude. Prabhupada said there is always a scope to improve yourself more and more. There is no limit to improvise ourselves. There is no limit to serve Krishna. There is no limit to love Krishna. And as much as you love Krishna, you love his devotees. This is also the byproduct. Like a good qualities, comes in a devotee by default. When you are following Shuddha Bhakti, Shuddha Prema Bhakti, total surrender, everything, you're trying. So the good qualities of compassion, helping others, silent sometimes, always keep on, And we are not like always, once you reach there, you are always going to be there. No, because we are into modes of material nature. They will again hit you hard. Goodness, ignorance, passion will take you here and there. So we are a mixture of all these things. That is why it has to be continuous endeavors. Shuddha Sattva. Yeah, we have to come out of all the three. All the three. And we have to reach the Shuddha Sattva where nothing can disturb us. Yes, Prabhuji.
Once I listened lecture by Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in 18th chapter, slok number 66. Lord said, Sarva Dharman Pratyajya Mamekam Sharanam Aham Sarva Mokshishami. In that connection, he said, it is difficult to surrender to the Lord, but it is very easy to surrender his name.
Yes.
And Lord Chaitanya has said, Naam Naam Kari Gautha Nij Sarva Shakti. same power which is in the Lord, that is in the name. बल्कि हरि
It's
से
more
बड़ा हरि का
Hari se bada Hari ka naam. Very nice thing Prabhuji has said, that it's been mentioned by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in his lecture, that you should take surrender yourself to Harinam. If it's not easy for you to surrender to the Lord, then surrendering to the holy name is easy. Yes. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara Nama Haite Haya Sarva Jagat Nistara. Krishna has taken, he has come in the form of holy name. He has taken avatar in the form of holy name. So we should always keep on chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
चीज़ जो है ना, आप देखो कोई भी चीज़ देखो, पंखे पहले कितना भारी होते हैं, अब देखो कितने लाइट आते हैं, हाँ ऐसे हो गए।
देखो पंखे तो सही है, अच्छा है, इसी के हम जो मतलब जो चलता है चलता है ना, वो प्लास्टिक का होता है, जरा स्ट्राइक पे होती है।
और कॉस्ट देखो,
कल मेरा वो बंदा है ना, कल